G.I. Joe toy review, where we'll be continuing our Black History Month, this time with an obscure character who really didn't get much uh, G.I. Joe affair, but he is a character with Lieutenant Claymore. And but before we get to Lieutenant Claymore, let's do our shout outs of the week. Back to the media at 48 South Loudon Street. They moved like diagonal across from where their old building was into a bigger store. You can go check them out, or you can get a faster way of video games and systems from all the way back to the Atari for us old heads, all the way up to new current systems. And you can check them out and you can get comic books, you can get little collectible stuff like Funko Pops and stuff. So go ahead and check them out. And while you're in the neighborhood, you can go to Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles and get some G.I. Joe figures and whatnot. I got a haul from them last week with like a couple Transformers and two retro vehicles, the All Striker and the Cobra Fang, that I'll be doing later on this year, being this is the year of retro. So go ahead and check Time Travelers out, and then while you're in the neighborhood, you can go to 133 West Boscawen Street, right up the street from the Walking Mall, and go to Healing Grace Community Counseling Services and see Dr. Robert C. Brown and check him out. And you get any kind of counseling from marital, premarital, just your run-of-the-mill counseling, or if you just need somebody to talk to or run your traps to, and get some good sound advice. Robert C. Brown is your man. So definitely go and check him out. And if you need any comic books, you can go to 80 Weems Lane here in Winchester, Virginia, and go and see Four Color Fantasies and check them out. You get all Marvel, DC, back issues, current titles, current issues. You get role-playing stuff, trading cards like Pokemon and Magic and Dungeons and Dragons stuff and whatnot. And go ahead and check them out. You can get a whole bunch of cool stuff there. But let's get to our feature of the week, Lieutenant Claymore, who's an obscure figure. But I'll explain more of that later. But let's start off with his file card, where it says, Cobra Shock Troops Commander, codename Lieutenant Claymore. File name is Moore Clayton W., obviously. But his primary military specialty is heavy weapons. Secondary military specialty, anti-armor specialist. And his birthplace is Detroit, Michigan. Grade is an O2 or equivalent. It says, growing up in the mean streets of Detroit, Lieutenant Claymore was the toughest member of his street gang and ruthlessly defended his territory. After surviving years of urban battles, one fateful hospital recovery changed his mind about his stagnant situation. Misinterpreting the advice of his doctor, he decided that there was not enough profit in these local turf wars and opted to join the Cobra organization. His tendency and natural leadership skills allowed him to become a garrison officer at Cobra headquarters. It was not until Lieutenant Claymore ferreted out a traitor in the ranks that he proved himself an invaluable asset to Cobra Commander. Lieutenant Claymore has that unique combination of brute strength and intelligence. He personally carries out impressive arsenal of anti-armor weapons, using his expert knowledge and tactical vulnerabilities. He easily destroys G.I. Joe's armored vehicles or breaks through any obstacles they put into his path. The quote at the bottom is from Lieutenant Claymore, where it says, "My shock troops are always ready for global carnage." But I'll be referring to this later on for one of the comments. So let's take a look at his accessories. Upraised Cobra logo, Lieutenant Claymore on the front. And he also comes with a little handheld pistol in blue plastic. He also comes with a knife with a blue handle, silver blade. Nice looking knife. He also comes with this assault rifle where the handle and the bayonet is blue. The rest of it's in black. Nice looking handle. And he also comes with a blue bazooka. And as well as a blue backpack with missiles for the bazooka that are removable missiles or anti-armor weapons. or anti-armor shells. And he also comes with his blue helmet. So let's take a look at Lieutenant Claymore himself. As you can tell, it's, Black History Month. We have a African-American soldier. Unfortunately, he's for Cobra. And my buddy Jeff Jones, who I met in HCC's live stream this past week, I told you I was going to do some obscure characters this month. So here we go. I'm keeping my promise to you, brother. But as you can tell, he's got his web gear on with a couple grenades on it, a couple pouches. He's got the black shoulder pads, black gloves, a typical Cobra blue uniform. That's where you keep the sleeve with another pouch right there. His pistol holster right there, long black boots. So let's take a look at his articulation. As you can tell, try to keep him under the bright light here. He can swivel his head all the way around. The only reason why I make sure I had a brighter light is because I moved areas with my YouTube desk. So it's not as brightly lit as it used to be on the other side of the room, but it still works. But his arm can rotate up to here. Let's go back to the review. Arm can move to here, rotate the full 360. He can bend at the elbow, as well as rotate at the elbow. He can rotate at the wrist. He does have the up crunch feature, which is somewhat hindered by the rib gear. But he's still there. You still somewhat see it. He's got the T-hook at the legs. It's not picking up good on the camera with the ab crunch, but you can see it when you got him actually holding the figure. His legs can spread about that far. He lift up to here. Double joint at the knee. He can pivot at the ankle. Wow, pivot. I like ankle pivots on these guys. And his ankle can rotate. I love the ankle movements and the wrist movements and whatnot, and the extra movements. I think that's pretty cool on these guys. But that's Lieutenant Claymore and his articulations. Let's take a look at him up in battle gear. So here's Lieutenant Claymore in battle gear. Like I was saying, they can reference the whole only file card where it said he ferreted a traitor out in the ranks of Cobra, which, if you remember the two-part episodes of G.I. Joe, Real American Hero Sunbow cartoon, where called The Traitor, where Dusty was referred as a traitor from G.I. Joe. Couldn't find out, as in toward the end of it, he was actually playing Cobra all along, just so he could get some extra money to help his mom out. Which I could say is noble, but, it's kind of cool in a way, twisted way of doing it, but it was kind of noble to help his mom out. He put his mom first. But that's pretty cool. I could respect the end, I could understanding of what he was doing, but the means doesn't always justify the ends, and so on and so forth. Which was actually the only place you could see Lieutenant Claymore. They did do a Lieutenant Claymore in the vintage line, but it was in the Brazilian mission episode, or package, was version 2s of like Leatherneck and Mainframe and Dial Tone. But what he did was made out of the same mold as Footloose. But this is not that Claymore, or Lieutenant Claymore. This is actually the Cobra Lieutenant Claymore from the Sunbow cartoon. Well, supposed to be, but this figure's too cartoonish. That would be my only dislike about it. But I think it's a really cool character, really cool menage to a cartoon character that didn't get a vintage figure, and whatnot. But I would rank this as a middle tier figure just because, of the cartoonish look. It takes away from it. From keeping it as top tier. Otherwise, it would be a top tier figure. This is a very cool looking figure. I kind of like this guy. But, I can see him leading the Cobra Shock troops. But, that's a really cool video. Next week, I'm doing another Insecure figure that never made a cartoon appearance. But he did make some comic book appearances and in G.I. Joe Retaliation, the live action movie. So tune in to see that for Black History Month. I'm glad I'm able to do this and be able to do these kind of videos where not too many other people do it. So I'm really thankful I can. But this is Lieutenant Claymore. Tune in next week for week 3 of Black History Month. And I'm glad this is my second Black History Month, so I'm actually thankful to do it. So tune in next week to see that video. Tune in Sunday to see my Decepticon Seekers review. That my friend Elder actually picked this guy out. I bought him in a haul from Time Travelers, but I let my friend Elder pick which Seeker I was going to do, because I'm going to do 2 Seekers 2 weeks apart. But I let my friend Elder pick this week's video, this Sunday's Transformer video. So thank you on that, Elder. I'll do more on that later. So I'll see that video later on. But tune in for the rest of Black History Month. I got 2 more weeks left, and then I'm going to do a 5-week Women's Month. Yay, women! But where next week is actually going to begin and end with a retro figure. Tune in to see which ones they are. But as for Cobra Island, now you know, and knowing is head to battle. See y'all in the next one. Peace.